Welcome to the latest episode of Branding the Experience. We discuss ways how we can create environments where employees actually want to come to work and customers want to keep coming back. I am Ken Bader, your host for Branding the Experience. I'm also your organizational culture and world-class service standard expert here with our latest episode, which is brand focus. Now, the reason this is on my mind right now is I was watching CNBC this morning, and they were talking about one of my favorite companies, Lyft. I use Lyft exclusively for ride sharing. I can't even remember the last time I took a cab or frankly used Uber or any other type of service for that matter. And they were talking about Lyft and their IPO and how they had a very singular focus. For those of you that don't ride Lyft, number one, I highly recommend them. It's been very, very rare after hundreds of rides that I have had a negative experience. I think only one or two, and most of them are not just a meets, but it slightly exceeds expectations. Actually took a Lyft today. I'm in Sacramento for a conference, and took a Lyft from the airport, and the gentleman was terrific. He helped me with my bag, which was rather heavy, into the car and out of the car. We had a very great conversation about the city and some of the things that he likes in terms of restaurants and so forth. It was a very enjoyable ride. Definitely 5 stars, 20% tip, all that fun stuff. And that seems to be, frankly, the norm for me in Lyft, not the exception. That wasn't my experience with Uber, which is why I have not used Uber in at least, I want to say, 3 or 4 years. In fact, I don't even have the Uber app on my phone. The only app I have is the Lyft. But they were talking about CNBC, about their IPO and how Uber will probably come in after them. And they talked about, well, we don't know what the valuation is really going to be for Uber because they have a different business plan. You know, when you go to Lyft, you know, they have singularity of focus. You've got rideshare, you know, different types of cars, and I think you can get scooters. I've never done a scooter, but you can get a scooter through Lyft. But that's it. You go to Uber, you've got Uber Eats, you've got Uber Freight, you've got Uber Healthcare. I think Sebastian Maniscalco, my favorite comedian, even talked about Uber Kitty in Los Angeles. I don't know if that was true or not, but it was a way you could go on Uber and get a cat to your house for an hour so you could pet something for a little while and then send it back. But in watching that news story about Lyft, when they mentioned Uber, I was thinking of all the branding issues that they have had with their image, and the fact that, you know, I personally have not had a great experience. I've talked to drivers, frankly, that do Lyft and Uber. Some of them that only do Lyft now, that talk very highly about Lyft, and not so much about Uber. It's just not as good of an experience for not only the independent contractors in terms of the drivers, but also for the riders and customers with Uber as it is with Lyft. And I think the point that we need to get from this is to have real laser focus in your business. And you look at some of the great brands out there. I think of In-N-Out Burger in a similar fashion. That's basically all they do is burgers and fries, and I think they may do shakes. I haven't been there in a while, not because I don't like In-N-Out, but trying to lose a couple of pounds. They have very good food, but that's, if you want a chicken sandwich, you know, if you want to get a parfait, you know, you can't get that at In-N-Out. You can only get burgers and fries. You know, if you want to ride, you can use Lyft, and you're going to have a great ride and a great experience. If you want, you know, the food delivered to you and get a ride, well, then you probably, you know, need to go to Uber or somebody else. But I think, you know, the fact that a brand like Lyft or In-N-Out Burger, or what I see too in the credit union space where I do a lot of work, when when you have an institution that focuses specifically on teachers, or specifically on longshoremen, or specifically on police, or specifically on fire, or specifically on healthcare, then you have that singularity of focus in terms of what you're doing. You have less confusion, and you're able to build a brand image that resonates with that specific group, that specific niche. You're able to create a culture where they have an experience and it's very clear about what it is that they need to do. If you're working for a police credit and you're serving police officers. If you're working for Lyft, you're just driving people in a great way one place to another. If you're working an In-N-Out Burger, you're not going to be making hot dogs. All you're going to be doing is making burgers. That's it. No egg muffins, none of that. So you have a culture that's very focused, and that allows you to build a strategy with very, very laser focus on how to serve a specific niche better than anybody else, and be able to create that culture and that experience that provides something positive for the employees, that then through them provides a very positive experience for the customers, clients, or members, whoever you serve. So have singularity of focus in your business as best you can. And as always, thank you for spending some time with me today. And I hope that you're branding the experience at a very high level for all those you serve. Take care.
Now a word from our sponsor, Bader Training and Consulting. BTC is the creator of the B plus C plus S formula. Our clients that implement that formula increase their net income by 124% and grow their business by 17% on average. The best place to start working with Bader Training and Consulting is with our B plus C plus S audit. The service pinpoints issues as well as attributes of your business's unique brand, culture, and strategy. Learn more or sign up for a B plus C plus S audit at www.btcinc.net/BCS-audit.